All right, well here we are in the dining room. So the dining room turned out pretty good. Did lighting, painting. They had this old chair molding. It was an old style, but it actually looked good, so we left it. Breaks it up, gives us a chance to have a difference in color between the wall and the chair molding. So it gives it some pizzazz here in this dining room. Everything turned out great in here. It was an easy kill in here. We added hardwood all the way through here in the kitchen, so that's all new. And then feathered it into the old hardwood in the living room, which we can check that out as well. Come on in, let's check it out. So in here, so this was actually a freebie. So one of the things I like to do for my customers, for the bigger customer, I can't do it for a smaller job where there isn't any real margins for me, but this one had enough stuff going on that I threw this in. So we did all the fireplace surround. This is all new. And then of course just paint. It was part of the project. But this they weren't expecting. And this actually was old. This was brick. So it looked old and grungy. This was old and grungy. And then this was this old red tile that was popular back in the 70s at your fireplace. So if you got an old fireplace, you probably remember that or still have it in yours. But we took that out so that you get the wow effect when you get in this house. Without that wow effect, we lose them. So I know the rule, and if I come and give you a free estimate at your house, you're going to hear me say it. I start right at that door and I call it my first in, last out. First thing I see when I walk in is the last thing I'm going to see when I walk out. So if I can't impress them there, I've already lost them. So keep that in mind if you're not using me, that your house better have that wow effect from that door. If it doesn't, you've already lost the deal. So don't get stuck selling as is. That's how you avoid it. All right, here's the living room. And hopefully we've got enough lighting in here. I debated on putting recessed lighting in the room, but with the extra expense, I didn't feel like I would need it. And so we didn't do it. And I was right. And it saved my client a couple grand in recessed lighting, filling us all with recessed lighting, and then putting in a dimmer switch and doing it all up would have been a waste of money, and I don't waste people's money. Even if it's mine that we're starting off with, it's going to be yours in the end that I have to get paid back. Well, I do build up that equity, so you never ever feel the cost of the project the way we do it. But nevertheless, I still think of it as your money, even though it's coming out of my pocket in the beginning. So we don't waste money, and you can see how this turned out. Bell & Lux hit us a home run. I'm always happy with their staging. They don't go too much staging. It's just kind of like the story of the three bears. We got it just right. So she gets it just right. You don't want too much staging, but you don't want to go too light. We have to get them through the house when they're walking through and feel like they can see their own stuff in this house. And she's done well enough that on multiple of my projects, the people have actually purchased the staging. So she sold them the whole staging stuff, which she works with a lot of realtors, and she says that's not uncommon. So I guess that happens. I've never heard of that before I started working with her about a year ago.